The next topic is retail cooperatives. These cooperatives, retail societies have the following features. So this is the question. Features of the retail cooperatives. Number one, wider aims than most other business organization. For example, more far-reaching political, social, and ethical aims. Number two is anyone can join the society by buying a share in it. These shares are not traded on the stock exchange. Next feature is there is one vote, one member, regardless of the number of the shares held. So either you are holding a lot of shares or very few shares, vote will be one person, one vote. Next is member share the profit and elect the management committee. So here is a question. Name the two forms of the cooperative organization. So number one is worker cooperatives and number two is retail cooperatives. Next topic in the lecture is building societies. And other type of the business which is non-profit making and which started as the working class self-help movement in the building society. In the 19th century, a group of the people combined in order to buy their own houses. Each person paid in a sum of the money every week until there was enough in the pool to buy one house. So a fixed amount was prescribed, and every person was bound to submit that amount. And after getting the specified amount from each and every member, there was enough money to buy a house. And after drying the paper, one person was given the house, and this process was going on. Each person paid in a sum of money every week until there was enough in the pool to buy one house. A lottery was then held, and the winner was given the money to purchase his house. The process was repeated until all the members had their own houses. The disadvantage of this system was obvious. The last person whose name was drawn would have paid for the house before he owned it. This is the obvious. There were also problems when a member wished to withdraw from the scheme. Nevertheless, this system was the foundation of the building societies as we know them today. So today's working societies are working on this same rule. Building societies overcame the disadvantages of the early method by having two types of the people involved. So now we are going to discuss the problems overcome by the modern housing societies, which the problems which we have learned in the last paragraph. One problem was the last person already have paid the amount before getting the house, and next is what would happen if the person want to withdraw from the housing from the organization. So the solution is there. There are those who put money into the society known as the investors, and those who draw money from the society known as the borrower. One part of the society is saving bank, which pays interest to those who deposit money into it. From this fund of the money, the society lends to those who wish to buy their own homes and who pay interest. The society does not make profits in the usual sense of the word because there is no one to whom profits are paid. It has to balance the income from the investors and the repayments of the borrowers against the sums lent to the borrowers and the amounts withdrawn by the investors. In so doing, it must take account of the interest it pays and the interest it receives. Thus, a society satisfies two different demands of those who want a safe, convenient way of saving and those who require mortgages to buy their own homes. So these are the solutions which are overcome by the modern housing societies. Next type in the lecture is agricultural cooperatives. This is another form of the non-profit making business which exists in many countries. Such a system enables small farmers to obtain some of the benefits of trading on a large scale. The cooperative may be in the area of purchasing so that the members can buy seeds, fertilizers, etc. at wholesale prices. Cooperation can also take place in marketing so that produce is packed and sold by a central body. So these are the function of the agriculture cooperatives. Co-ops yani cooperatives compared to PLCs. So we are now going to compare these two types of the business. These are cooperatives and limited companies. Cooperative societies are in some way similar to public limited companies like Sainsbury or Tesco. Cooperatives and PLCs have limited liability. Both are separate legal entities, so these are the similarities: able to own property and be sued. So these are the similarities between the two types of the businesses. However, there are also important differences, and these are the differences now. Public limited companies tend to run to make a profit for their shareholders. Each shareholder receives a share of the profit and has a vote at the AGM of the company in accordance with the number of the shares they own. So the votes are different according to the shares they own. This is the feature of the public limited company. PLCs want satisfied customers because they can create profit for the owners of the company. So profit is an important feature and votes is also an important feature. So these are for limited companies. And on the other hand, cooperatives were originally founded to serve the needs of the consumers. Profit was to given back to the customers who were members of the society as a dividend. It was paid out in the proportion to how much they had spent at the society. Profit was less important than providing a high quality service. So profit was less important than providing a high quality service. Each member has only one vote at the AGM of the society, however many shares they might own. Cooperatives are democratically owned. So these are the differences between the PLCs and the co-ops. Here is a question. Read the following newspaper report and answer all the questions that follows. The Dwindling Power of the Cooperative Retail Movement by David Churchill. The cooperative movement grew up during the harsh condition of the Victorian Britain. Groceries were especially expensive and of poor quality. In 1840, 28 Lancashire people handed together to start a cooperative society. They bought and sold food to ensure that members could buy cheap produce. The society provided much needed social and educational facilities, and any financial surplus was given back to members in proportion to their purchasers. The famous co-op DV. By 1900, there were 1400 retail societies with board of directors elected by more than 12 million customer members. So this is an article which we are reading. The societies are still Britain's biggest retailers with more than 6,000 shops. However, Tesco and Sainsbury now have a bigger market share with only a tenth of the number of the supermarkets operated by co-ops. Every other type of the retail operator has outperformed the cooperatives in the 1980s. Since 1980s, grocers have increased sales by 46%, while the cooperative sales have increased by only 15%. So the percentage growth is very less of the cooperatives as compared to the other grocers. The numbers of the customer shareholders has fallen from 10 to 8 million. So this is another drawback. A number of shareholders are on the decline. Cooperative retailing to many appears a spent force. So what is meant by financial surplus? Answer is a financial surplus is the profit made by the cooperative. Second question is board of directors. A board of directors is a committee of the members elected to run the everyday affairs of the society. Number three question is what is meant by the retailer? A retailer is an organization which sell goods to customers from shops. Next question is state two economic reasons given in the passage for joining a cooperative society. A cooperative society offers educational facilities and allows its members to have a say in the running of the business. Next question is has the increase in the UK standard of living affected the cooperatives movement? Answer is as people become better off, they do not need to form self-help groups such as the cooperative society. Therefore, fewer people join or use the cooperatives now. Next question is which organization has the largest number of the supermarkets in the UK? The answer is the cooperative still has the largest number of the supermarkets in the UK. Next question is how many customer members has the cooperative lost since 1980? The answer is the cooperative has lost 2 million members since 1980. That actually declined from 10 to 8 million. So loss is 2 million. Next question is the cooperative has increased its sales by 15% and yet David Churchill says that they are being outperformed. Why is this? Because although the sales of the cooperative have gone up by 15%, this is well below the growth of the rest of the retail industry, which increased its sales by almost 50%. Next question is, why do you think the cooperative is unable to sell as much as Tesco and Sainsbury even though the cooperative has more stores? The answer is the cooperative has a large number of these small stores where people do not spend very much money. Tesco and Sainsbury have concentrated on establishing a small number of the very large stores where people go to buy their weekly shoppings. One of these large stores takes more than 10 times the amount of the money spent in the average of the cooperative supermarket. So this is the reason Tesco and Sainsbury is earning more. Next is what happens to any profits made by the cooperative retail society. Some profit may be kept back for reinvestment. Part of the profit goes to the shareholders in the form of an interest payment. The rest is returned to the customers as dividend stamps. So this was the topic. Read it carefully and make your notes. Thank you so much.